Welcome back. I would like to introduce a new segment called Random Awesomeness. So here's my struggle with the news. I get a lot of people, they're like, oh, do you watch the news? Oh, you didn't see this on the news. So depressing, right? So depressing. I do watch the news. I read the headlines. I do all of that. But I wanted to talk about things that I have seen either in the news or wonderful things, wonderful stories being reported, things of that nature. So I want to just have a segment where we do that. So this
I
fun
love
thing.
it. I love that idea.
Okay, good.
Random
I'm glad.
awesomeness. Great
I'm
idea.
glad.
Yes, let's do
So
it.
I have came across this story about, because we're in the holiday season right now. So whenever this airs, it's we just had Christmas.
Right.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about NORAD Track Santa. Are you familiar with that app or that website?
I am. Santa Tracker. The
Santa Tracker. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. So I came across a story that talks about how that got started. Are you familiar with that at all? Do you know how it came about?
Oh, I don't think I am. No.
Okay. So what happened was, and I have notes here because I don't want to get anybody's name wrong. I didn't want to do that. So if I'm looking off,
she's a journalist, people. She does.
Well, I just wanted to, so it was so fun. It was so anyway. This is what happened. So Santa Tracker's been going on for about 70 years. I don't know if you know that it's been going on.
Really?
Yes, it's been going on for about 70 years.
Okay.
And in December of 1955, this was about a year after this phone was established. So what happened was, basically, the Pentagon established this phone number, and it was to alert the military if there was an air raid or if there was an attack over North America, right? This compound, this place eventually became NORAD. And there was this phone number, it was like the bat phone, and it was only supposed to ring if there was a threat. Well, December of 1955, the phone rings, and the commander of that, it was the Continental Air Defense Command, which eventually became NORAD. And his name was Colonel Harry Shoup.
Colonel Harry Shoup.
Colonel Harry Shoup. And he answered the phone, and then this little kid was like, hi, are you Santa? And he was like, excuse me? How did you get this number? You know, he treated it like it was a prank call because nobody should have this number. Nobody should be calling this number.
Colonel Shoup was confused.
Shoup was confused. And after he made the child cry.
Of course.
Because, what do you do? He then kind of picked it up and kind of pretended to be Santa a little bit, asked to talk to the child's mom. And the mom gets on the phone and he's like, I need to know how you got this number. And she was like, we got it out of the Sears catalog. And he was like, what? So it turns out that year, Sears had done a promotion and they had set up a phone number and it said, kids, ask your parents, you can call us and talk to Santa anytime, day or night. Well, the number that Sears had set up was one digit off of this number, the super secret number, and they printed the wrong number. They printed this military number.
Super secret number. Oh,
yes.
My God.
So they started getting calls all the time. And as soon as this colonel figured this out, he was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. He took 2 airmen that were working on the base, put them on the phones. And he was like, you guys are going to pretend to be Santa. And they were like, okay. And so these people fielded these calls. Well, at the time, before computers as we know them, they had a big board in the back and they were tracking all the airplanes, that were coming around. And you had to actually move the little peg, the airplane, to show where it was going. Well, somebody push pins along the board. Yes, somebody put a Santa sleigh up there because, the phone calls that they were taking. And when the colonel saw that, they were like, oh my God, we're so sorry. We'll take it down. He goes, no, it's fine. Leave it up there. He was having a really, he had kids himself and he was really having fun with this. So he called into a local radio station and said, hey, I'm the commander of, I don't think he gave him the real place he was, but he said, we're tracking an unidentified flying object and it looks like Santa's sleigh.
Oh, cute.
And then from there, that radio station called him every hour on the hour to get an update on where Santa was in the world. That's how it started. They've just kept it going. Wow. Yeah. And now, of course, now we're on a website and they've got all this and you can pick it up and see where Santa's at. But I just thought that was a really cute story,
I love that
because it could have gone so badly, because
it usually does go badly in that situation.
And it started to. And yes, he made a small child cry, but I mean, when you're calling that number, they need to know what the heck is going on.
That child deserved it. No, I'm teasing.
But they've kept it going for 70 years, which I just thought was great.
Well, when you mentioned this story earlier in our in our pre-production meeting, I was excited to hear this because Santa Tracker is. I mean, I remember that as a kid. It was part of our lives growing up, and you tune in and you watch it on Christmas Eve, and boy, they will do it the whole night long, and
Yeah.
And now, of course, I hadn't watched it in a long time. I tuned in a couple of years ago, and it's all digital and it's all, it's incredible now. It's fun. Yeah.
And we've done it with our kids. I mean, my kids are older.
Yeah.
So we give, okay, let's go see where Santa's at, and especially to try and get him to go to bed early. We're like, oh, you need to get to bed. Right. Santa's coming.
Santa's on his way. He's over there and wherever. Yeah. Yeah. That's sweet. I like that story. Thanks for sharing that.
Of course. That's fun. So we're going to have many more things like that. We'll pepper them into our different episodes. But I just want to make sure that we took time to share some fun or lighthearted stories, or just some of them are going to be amazing, because I've looked ahead into a couple of these, and some of them are just like, wow, great news.
I love that. If you have any suggestions for random awesomeness stories that you want us to cover or look at, please let us know in the comments. Give us a message, give us a shout, and we'll check it out. Especially Teena, she loves to do research. She's got nothing but time on her hands. She'll love to look at it.
Yes, and our fan, we would really appreciate your help with this. So
yeah, please do let us know.
All right, so that's the end of that segment, and we will be back in a little while with more.
I love it. Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, now for the outro.
All right.
Bump.